Well, it's a balance of wanting to get with not only playing one game a week. It's important that we get game minutes. So you put your starters back in a game that the score is what it was, and you're holding your breath every play. But you got to get those kids. I can't continue. We can't continue to play those guys 12 to 15 minutes a night and expect them to be sharp come Saturday against Coach Foley and those guys. So it's a tribute to how well everybody is playing right now. Everybody you put in can score, and everybody you can put in is not turning it over, and everybody you can put in is spacing the floor and rebounding and defending. Our defense was as good as it's been all year long. The press bothered them, forced them into more turnovers than we're used to creating, and then we got out and scored in transition. So I thought for what we needed for today, build some momentum going into finals. We got some kids that really need to have a 99-39 win in the classroom this next week. So they can do that, and we can still practice a little bit, work on our skill, and be ready for Arkansas Little Rock on Saturday.
I guess I'll start with one thing about Kiara getting some minutes. I mean, where is she at this point?
She's not 100% ready. She could probably play. How many did she play? She probably played. That's probably about what we were hopeful of. She's had 2.5 full practices. Don't want to rush her back. There's no need, but I do want to get her lungs, go out there and get that first burn so you're not going to die the next time. And then the other thing that, we talked about this at the beginning of the year, I've always wanted to be able to play two post players together. And now that argument starts back up in Chantel's office tomorrow morning. With her back, being able to play 8 to 10 minutes, as well as Aaron continues to play and Taylor continue to play, that's a discussion we're going to have.
Well, and I'll go further there with the 2 games this week Aaron's had, so she's continuing to show growth.
Yeah, and she's got a knack for finding the ball around the basket to finish, rebounding it. And, the thing that she does is she can handle it in transition. She doesn't have to wait for the outlet. She made a couple of really nice decisions in transition today. So, not just for our immediate future, but for the distant future, it's really good to see her start to take some of those practice habits and turn them into game habits. And then we can work on the practice habits as we get older too.
I know you haven't looked at the tape, but the zone defense, Amber talked about, that was one positive that came out as you were able to work on zone.
Yeah, sure. It was Coach Schaefer wanted to play as much zone as we could today. We didn't play hardly any against Tulsa for that reason. But to be able to extend it and press a little bit out of it and fall back to it, we felt like we were really doing a good job of putting them in positions where they weren't used to taking shots and sped them up a little bit as well. But it's going to be imperative that we be able to play some zone and to be able to get more and more usable film and rotate kids into different positions. It's big for us to be able to do in the game.
Is where Destiny and Jalen Mason's situation, are they going to redshirt, or are you still hoping?
Still don't know. Yeah, you don't ever want to make those decisions until they can at least play. Right now, neither one of them are capable of playing still. Jalen has had some practice, but she's had no contact, and Destiny hadn't had any practice yet. So we'll see. We're starting to get to that close point to where we have to have a conversation about it if they do come back and feel good, but we hadn't had it yet. So we're kind of letting it happen as it comes.
As far as Kiara, just kind of what body parts have to get well? I mean, what did
she just got to get back in shape. She's well. She's healthy. She's just got to get back in the pace that we play at, that she's used to being able to play at. It's just a matter of some conditioning. She's healed up.
Also with Ramirez, how many points do you think she could have scored if you'd wanted her to today?
School rec, as many, because the corners were open. We kept finding her. She had that look in her eye, and it's always that fine line as a coach. Do you let a kid go in and break a school record, or do you, is it a good confidence builder? But if you know that kid, she wants to break the school record against a conference opponent someplace down the line in a close game. But I think every one of them looked good coming out of her hand, all 12 of them. There'll be a night when she'll go Al Dillard on somebody and make 12 or 13 one night, and when we'll really, really need every single one of them. So the good thing about that is it continues to be somebody kind of a little bit different. I think we've had 4 different kids hit 5 threes this year in a game, which Mario, get ready. That's the next thing I'm going to start looking for. Is there anybody else in the country that's done that? I don't know. Maybe there is, but I'm not sure there's very many people who have had 4 different players make 5 threes on separate occasions. It's been Lex lately, So they get run Lex, and now it leaves Amber open. And we missed her wide open twice early in the game. The one time she stood open for almost the full shot clock before we found her. But when she gets her feet set and she's confident, I'll take my chances on her making it, that's for sure.
Rose block and just the energy that brought.
Y'all came last year to our end of the year awards where we give out the little trophies for the plays of the year. We retired it at halftime. We just gave the block of the year away just to get it out of the way. And if anybody tops that one, we'll give away 2 awards this year. But she's done it in practice before to people, but never in a game. And I don't know where y'all were sitting, but the sound was more impressive than the action. It sounded like a volleyball spike from coming down, but she let the kid go by her on purpose. She admitted that to me. She loafed herself back and let her go by and then pivoted around. And just as a play that in one of my dreams, I have a dream about being able to do that to somebody in a pickup game or just something. But she had a really good overall game, I thought. Continues to really give us valuable role play, 14-8 and move the ball around. Or no, that was Aaron. That was Barnum, 8-6 or 8-5. She drew 6 fouls. That's the first time Chelsea's been challenged on fouls drawn all year. Rokia drew 6 tonight too, so good minutes for her.
How good do you feel heading to Little Rock right now with these 2 wins that you've had the last week?
As good as you could coming off the week. Still apprehensive because Coach Foley's teams. They're impossible to prepare for. The motion offense and the defensive plan that he's going to put together. So I will know on Wednesday or Thursday as our tests start to wind down. To me, this game is always about the team that can come out of finals and not look forward to the Christmas holidays too much. Handle the emotion of the first time we've ever played and then go out there and play the game. But feel good that we got Kiera back. Feel good that our minutes have been spread out. And we should have our legs, and hopefully they'll go finish up strongly in the classroom, and we can be in a really good frame of mind before we get on the bus. I think we got bus loads full of people going down for the doubleheader. Should be a really good atmosphere in Little Rock. All right. Thank y'all.